Excellent. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hi. Fabulous. Happy Sunday. How has the weekend been so far? Has it been good? Excellent. Love that.
This side of the room was
Way more excited than this one. Something happened. That explains it. Fabulous. So, in that case, we're going to wake everybody up with Swing Wide the Doors. Yeah, nice. Oh no. I have now stolen the Reverend's mic. This- oh, is now Vicky's. Oh no. Is this okay? Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Thomas. Check. Yeah, sweet. Want to go right into it? Yeah. 2, 3, and swing wide the doors. The time is right. Yeah. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors. The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Yeah, I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion and taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service and lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Yeah, swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Yeah, I'm not holding it in anymore. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. chance. It's about love and service and lending a hand. It's about love and laughter and comfort and smiles. It's about love and kindness and hearts open wide. It's about love and passion and taking that chance. It's about love and service and lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Yeah, swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. One more. Swing wide the doors of the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. We are awake now. Fabulous. So much fun. This next tune is called Gathering in Song. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is abundance in our fellowship. This is a place we all belong. We place our trust in this great holiness. This is the moment, come along. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is a promise in our thankfulness. We know that when we seek, we find. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is yours and mine. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. Thank you. I'll trade you. Barry. Everyone say thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian.
There we go. We're live. All right. Thank you, Brian. And Leslie's back there. Thank you, Joshua. Thomas, of course, for the beautiful, live, alert, awake, enthusiastic music that we've already started with this morning, right? Oh, my goodness. It's amazing to create the energy that we can create when we come together, isn't it? And we've been together for a number of hours now, and I think we're just kind of experiencing that more in a deeper level as every hour goes by. So, of course, welcome to this celebration service this morning. Thank you for all those who are joining us online this morning. I know that when we come together, it doesn't matter if we are in the same place or the same time zone, that we are creating an energy that is healing, that is powerful, that is already flowing around the world. So what a great joy to be part of the goodness of the world. When I woke up this morning, I opened my eyes and saw another amazing day. And an old hymn came to mind. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. The second thought that came to my mind was, the Lord, God, universal spirit, is not separate from us, right? Like nothing outside of ourselves made this day. We are all co-creating this day. So this is the day that we have made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And we are situated on some beautiful land right now at the Bethlehem Center. We want to acknowledge that it is that we are gathered on the unceded territorial land of the First Nations of Vancouver Island. And I would bet that pretty much wherever you are viewing this from, that you are also on the unceded territory of our First Nations. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that, for their care, for their stewardship, for their way of being with the land, and for the future of us learning from them. So if you join me now in a moment of prayer, affirmative prayer. As we come together, we know we can see each other, that we are each a unique expression of the divine, of the one power, the one presence, the one love. And what a joyful thing that is. It's truly astonishing the ways that Spirit shows up. As each one of us dip into that source within us, align ourselves with our principles and the truth of our being, we know that we show up differently, that we see the world differently, that we see each other differently, hopefully through the eyes of love, through the eyes of acceptance. And as we surrender to this and ensure our place in the great scheme of things, which is at one with the one, that everything we do and say, everything we touch, every thought is a reflection of that. And we know that as we live that out, as we give that expression, that we are already creating a better world. And so we give thanks in advance for that truth. We give thanks in advance for our deepening understanding about what it means to be a spiritual being on the planet at this time. We give thanks for the path before us and for the accomplishments and the achievements and the fulfillment of our divine purposes. And so in that state of gratitude and in those statements of truth, we claim it is so, and so it is. Ready for some more music?
Right on. Thanks, Reverend Vicky. Wonderful. This next tune is called I Am the Thinker. Yeah. I love that everyone knows these songs. It's so great. It's perfect. It's great. What a coincidence. Oh, heavens. Let's start that again. Sorry. Change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me, who am I? I am wisdom, I am light, I am more that meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks ask me, what am I? I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. 'Cause I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Just you. Change my life. I have the power to change my life. Yeah! Oh yeah. Right on. If we'd only known we were supposed to hold that last note. If we'd only known. Fantastic. You guys sound so good. This next song is called Love Is My Decision. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. 'Cause love is my decision. My decision. Right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. 'Cause once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. 'Cause love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Yeah, love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No to start. 'Cause once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. 'Cause love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
I'm intimidated. I've never had a big audience like this before. I guess oh, isn't it nice though? Wow. Hey, you ought to come up here and see what this looks like. So, you know, I always prepare this, and because I have a touch screen, by the time I get up here, it's gone. But anyway, it's back. It's back. So those of you who know me know that I've been involved in community theater for a long, long time. And of course, my favorite part of that is being the star. Yeah, because you get all the attention, right? But my next favorite part, and it's really a close tie, is being the director. Because the director gets all the power. So it's the director's job to put the story on stage as the playwright wrote it. So the director needs to understand the script, needs to understand what the playwright meant to say, and needs to make that vision appear on the stage. And so once the director's got familiar with the script and decided what she's going to do with it, then she gets to browbeat all the other actors and set designers and stage managers and costume designers and boss them around and tell them what to do, because the buck stops here, right? And the director expects the actors to deliver the script as instructed by the director and as written by the playwright. And they don't always do that. Have you ever noticed that? They decide they have a better idea. And that's not so good. So what they need to do is really analyze the script, dig for the deeper meaning, try and understand the history of the character. When you're delivering a line, it's like, what is that about the character of the character that I'm playing that I need to convey on stage? I have a very good friend that I frequently go to theater with, and she's also an actor and a director, and inevitably there's a time during the play when we give each other the look. Because an actor has just delivered a line, they have no idea what it meant. Have you ever noticed that? They just, and you see it on TV all the time too, they're just saying the words. Or they put the accent on the wrong word and it changes the meaning altogether and makes no sense. And this confuses the audience sometimes. And then the audience gets bored, and then they get up and leave. So Unity teaches that we are all directors of our own life script. We're also the stars and the authors, but sometimes we get so hung up on being the star that we forget that we're in charge, that we're calling the shots. And as the directors, we have the power to make the actors, ourselves, do it over and over and over again until the proper vision appears on the script of on the stage of our own reality. We get to do that. And as real life actors, sometimes we fluff our lines. Ever done that? We say something that we didn't really mean to say, or we say it in a way that we didn't mean to come across that way. And that confuses people, and it bores people, and sometimes they get up and leave. So the director in us can correct that and prevent that when we're conscious about what we're saying, what our words mean, what our actions mean, what is our intention, and what is the meaning of our life that we're putting out there that bores people or keeps them fascinated. And as actors, sometimes we miss our mark. Missing our mark on stage and also in film, your mark is the place on the floor where you stand, and it's a T on the floor put down in masking tape, and your 2 feet go right there, and that's where you go. And it's there because the stage manager and the director and the lighting designer and all those people got together and decided that's the place where you look best. The light's just right. You're either blending with the background or not, however they want it. You sound right. That's where you start. And if you miss the mark, it's not so good. It's not so good. And then there's the first mark. And that's the next on the floor where you always begin the scene. Once they've decided this is where you look good, every time you do it, every time you reshoot the scene, or every time you rehearse, every time you perform, you start on your first mark. So the analogy for life is, where should our first mark always be? Grounded in the truth, aware of the flow of the divine through us, aware of the divinity in us. And if we start every scene of our life from that first place, we're going to have a mega hit on our hands, standing ovations and all that good stuff. We should always start every scene of our life from that first mark. Sometimes we choose to stand in the dark instead of in the light. We might not know we've made that choice because we didn't do it consciously. But the effect is the same. We stood in the dark. But when we connect with the director in us, we can't fool ourselves anymore, you know? We know what we're up to. If we stand in the dark, we call ourselves on it. And it's true for all of us because we are all living variations of the one life, adaptations, revisions of the same life. Shakespeare knew this. That's why his plays are so timeless. The structure of every play reflects the structure of every life. There's a basic structure to life and a theme of every life, and we're all variations on it, and that's what makes us unique. But ultimately, we're all living versions of the same life. And he expressed that structure in the famous speech from As You Like It. You know it? All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping snail-like unwillingly to school. Then the lover sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrows. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. Then the justice in fair round belly with a good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shank. And his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 7 stages of human life. That description would be true if all men and women were merely players. But we are not merely players. We are the players, and we are the authors, and we are the directors, and we are the producers of our own life story. And all the great lasting tales, fairy tales, epic sagas, famous movies, they all focus on that middle section of Shakespeare's 7 ages. The lover, the soldier, and the justice. That's the main adult part of our life, the heroic part, the part... Gone halfway down. Yeah, with the part we make all the important decisions and have all the adventures, usually most of it, and accomplish the things for which we are remembered, the things that make us unique and interesting. Oh dear, I touched it again. See? And there's always, no, Wait a minute. Okay, the stories of many cultures follow a formula that I don't know whether Hollywood developed it, but we see it in all the Hollywood mega hits, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter, all of it. They tell the tale of this adventurous part of our lives. There's always moral lessons in them. The hero of the story meets friends, deals with challenges, and learns the ultimate lesson, which is, before we can conquer the evil outside, must deal with what's inside. They all have that in the theme. And then the mentor steps in to sacrifice himself for the hero and perhaps die. At least we think he does, but he comes back. Right? Remember that? And the hero comes to a point where his friends are in danger, and then she has to decide whether she's going to commit her life to it and sacrifice it too. And there are great adventures and miraculous rescues, and finally success. And then the hero becomes extraordinary and returns to the ordinary world and gives the gift to everybody, right? You recognize that formula? All right. Why are we so drawn to this story? Why does Hollywood retell it over and over and over again? Yeah. just to sell stuff, right? So those films offer us heroic choices and heroic ideas to engage us so we root for the star, but also to inspire us, really, to identify with that heroic action, maybe do the same thing in our lives. They inspire us to change the world, perhaps. And kids know that. They know stories are to be acted out, right? They see Superman and they want to be Superman. Sometimes adults just go to the movies to dull themselves to life. But we can never not be on our own life journey. We can never hide from that. And that's where we get empowered. So Joseph Campbell, in his Hero with 1,000 Faces, again, he stresses that commonality of the human experience. And it's this commonality that we relate to, that when we see a movie or we hear a story that's great, that's memorable. And they're all built around a common theme that's present in every life. And they exaggerate those stages of life, just, to drive the point home. Every Hollywood movie has a through character that is after something. Yes, the hero. And there's always somebody that says, I'm going to stop you. You can't do that. And that's what the story is about. And the hero has to get through all these challenges. And Hollywood knows we want a happy ending, right? Oh, yeah. That's why it goes on so long sometimes. It takes. I remember watching Lord of the Rings. How many more, how much longer is this tedious thing going on? But anyway, I know lots of people love the Lord of the Rings. But the story formula originates in Greek mythology. And it's been adapted by every culture and every time down through the ages. And the premise of it is what Joseph Campbell calls the hero's journey. So the hero's journey is developed by Joseph Campbell and is reflected in stories of every culture and every age. It goes like this. 3 main parts. The separation, where the hero sets out on the journey to seek adventure, sometimes reluctantly, but always. Secondly is the initiation, and this is where the majority of the action takes place. The hero perseveres, he faces the obstacles, and arrives and succeeds. And thirdly is the transformation. That's the name of the word, though. But that's what happens. The hero transforms and returns to the ordinary world having got the treasure, the object of desire that he set out for, and bringing that treasure home to share. And that's the basic elements of every hero's journey. And every life, yours and mine, is a variation on the hero's journey. So the story begins in the ordinary world. Ordinary world, maybe in your mobile home, maybe in your office cubicle, maybe in the subdivision on the farm. That's where the hero starts. Ordinary. And the hero is often depicted as an orphan. Have you noticed Skywalker, Harry Potter, Dorothy, somebody else I'm thinking of, Frodo? They're all orphans. Why is that? Why do you suppose Hollywood uses that device?
To overcome aloneness.
I guess.
Alone. Anna Green Gables was an orphan too.
And of Green Gables, okay. Yeah, all feeling alone, and they get to overcome that. But I think it's also to arouse our sympathy, if you will, so that we advocate for them. We want to help them. We want to relate to them. Because their weaknesses actually make them compelling characters, as do our weaknesses. Yeah. Maybe that's why we love to talk so much about what's wrong with us. You know, why we put ourselves down so much, why we belittle ourselves, we play small, stay stuck in the ordinary world, just so people will find us relatable. What a price to pay. Anyway, we'll go on. So the call to adventure is the first step of the hero's journey. Something happens. The hero is given a challenge, a problem, there's a tragedy or an error, a tornado, some difficult circumstance that the hero has to overcome. That's called the inciting incident. And it's the kickstart. Something happens that forces the hero to decide whether or not to set out on the adventure, whether to cross the threshold, commit to this adventure, to answer the call. Anything ever happened in your life that caused you to set out an adventure, to turn your life around, to answer the call? Yeah. Look for meaning. You know, that establishes the goal, whether it's the ruby slippers or the golden ring, or whether it's spiritual enlightenment. Something happens that causes us to cause that. And the second step usually in the hero's journey is the refusal of the call. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And the thing is, if the hero refuses the call will be reissued until it gets answered. Have you ever noticed that in your life? Something comes up and you don't deal with it, and it comes up again and again in various forms until finally we have to deal with it. So the reluctant hero has to set out along the path. And so, you know, there's this weighing of consequences and possibilities, and finally it just gets, I got to do something. And I'm reminded of one of my favorite quotes from Aeneas Nin. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in the bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Isn't that beautiful? And it was just too damnful for me to stay the way it was. Sometimes we need to be willing to leave the ordinary world, not only to see what's out there, but also to see what we can become. You know, because for a long time I had no idea that I could be anything else than this sad little non-entity wandering through life. You know, I had no idea that there was power, mastery of our life. So that's the hero's journey for me. So then it's meeting the mentor is a key part. The hero encounters a wise figure who prepares her for the journey, right? Probably can't go with us, but gives us the guidance that we need on the journey. Sometimes it's the mentor that issues the call to adventure. And the hero may waffle, but eventually accepts the call and begins the adventure. So the adventure begins with finding a mentor. Have you found yours? Charles Fillmore, Myrtle Fillmore, Ernest Holmes, your first minister, a great metaphysical book. You know, some of us have many mentors. But we need that guidance, don't we? So, who is the mentor that gives you advice and prepares you for your journey and encourages you as you go along the journey? Who or what is your mentor? So as we cross the threshold, in this special world, there are new rules to be met. But before you meet the new rules, there's usually a threshold guardian or a gatekeeper that wants to stop you from going into the new world, right? And so that's the first part of the journey, is overcoming that one. You get in and you start meeting the new people, the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Woodman, people who will teach you the rules of that special place, right? And they're on a spiritual journey of their own, with their own characteristics and flaws and weaknesses, but all united in our quest for the truth. Did you do that too? I did. Did you find that once you started on this journey of discovery into this teaching, that you met a whole different quality of people? So the training begins, and the hero meets a series of challenges and lessons and makes friends and establishes the connections that will be valuable. And then there's many tests, the biggest of which is the moment of truth. The part where the hero is tempted to join the dark side. You underestimate the power of the dark side. But have you ever been tempted, even on the journey, tempted to go back? Tempted to let it all go to when it was more comfortable and easy and you didn't have to take responsibility? Yeah, we call it. But we have to resist going to that dark side, even if the right thing means jumping off a cliff to certain death. You've seen heroes that have to do that, right? That's the climax. That's the whole point of the play. And the hero is defined by the actions chosen at this point. What happens at the moment of truth? Maybe you've already had your moment of truth. And there's an approach to the innermost cave. Our hero, and often the hero's allies, have come to the edge of the dangerous place where the object of the quest is hidden. This stage often is the land of the dead. I have this vision of, where the object is hidden. Could be, metaphorically, this dangerous place could be our ego. And this leads to the supreme ordeal when the hero faces danger, often a life or death moment. And that could be physical life or death or psychological life or death. And metaphysically, sometimes the struggle to overcome the ego, to release old beliefs and embrace a new truth, is a supreme ordeal, is it not? Because those old beliefs just want to keep popping up over and over and over again, don't they? The supreme ordeal. But finally, the reward, the seizing of the sword. After surviving the challenge, our hero takes possession of the object, typically a treasure, a weapon. It could be knowledge, it could be love. And then there's the road back. But the road back is, as I found in Lord of the Rings, is not always just a straight road back, is it? Things just keep coming, and the hero has to overcome all this, has to answer for all the actions they took in conquering the evil. And sometimes they're pursued by any evil forces that remain, right? And have to keep saying, no, 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 again, I'm not going back. When Luke Skywalker kills Darth Vader, what does he see? He sees
where he cut off his hand, he sees his hand take on the glove that Darth Vader was just wearing.
essentially, yes, thank you, Stephen. He essentially sees an image of himself. And that's the message in that, of course, is that we all have the potential at any time to go to the dark side. And it's a constant choice to stay. We make the decision to return to the ordinary world. And then there's the resurrection. One final test is required for this miraculous transformation. The hero is now a totally different person who started out on the journey, right? And then she returns with the elixir, which is the treasure, whatever it is, whether it's love, knowledge, a gold ring, ruby slippers. And they bring the gift back to the ordinary world to share with the people. That's the destination and purpose of the whole journey, is to bring that gift back to the ordinary world and share it. So our journey also starts in the ordinary world, and something calls us to embark, and we make a commitment, and a helper comes, and we have adventures full of challenges, and we discover our own tools and our own weapons and our own powers, 12 of them. And we struggle and are finally victorious, and we're upgraded from average person to hero and return to the ordinary world to share the treasure. Yeah? You sharing your treasure? Yeah. Dorothy was separated from her ordinary life on the farm. Her call to adventure was a tornado. Her mentor is the Good Witch. She faces challenges with her helpers, the Lion, Scarecrow, and Tin Man. She finds the treasure, ruby slippers. And along the way, the trials of the journey have transformed her, and she realizes that what she was looking for was already there within her. Just so typical in every great story. The journey is worthwhile. So the adventures and misadventures of our lives also follow the same pattern. Humans, we all fear and desire the same things. We fear judgment, pain, and death. We desire love and happiness. And we all have our weaknesses and our strengths. So what's your weakness? What is that thing that makes you a compelling character? What's your ordinary world, and are you willing to see what's beyond it? Probably you already have to some extent. What's your adventure? And are you able to see life as a series of challenges with lessons to be learned? Some reason for the challenges? Have you learned the ultimate lesson? What's the ultimate lesson? Before you can conquer what's out there, you realize it's in here, right? When the moment of truth comes, maybe your moment of truth has already come, one of them, or several of them, would you be willing to sacrifice your life to it? Because what's a hero, after all, if not somebody who's willing to sacrifice for their friends? Will you become a mentor to the next generation of heroes, or will you say, no, choose something safe and comfortable? Or will you say, go for it? So, it's not likely that our own personal lives will have to give up our life, but we might be required to give up our comfortable lifestyle, all that glittery stuff that hypnotizes us and dulls us to the real importance of life. All our hopes, dreams, and fears just chasing each other around, the same desires and the same fears. Joseph Campbell advises, follow your bliss. Do that things that fills you with the most joy, and do no matter what. That is the starting place for a real life hero's journey. So Steve Jobs followed his bliss into the forest, the jungles of Silicon Valley, right? There was no path. He blazed his own way. And miracles manifested and epic disasters happened, but eventually he had that holy grail that he shared with every one of us every day. That's just a variation of the hero's journey, but it's the same for all of us. And you know, you say our hero's journey is like this, but what causes or caused or could still be separation from the ordinary world? Some tragedy in your life, some pain that woke you up? Very often, that's a blessing in disguise. What motivates us to do something, to follow our bliss? The things that cause us to almost quit. You know, there's some days we get up and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. What causes us to almost quit? And what is it that keeps refreshing us and guiding us? And how did you learn that commitment causes miracles of coincidence? Have you noticed that? Debbie's got a story to share with us on that. Yeah. The hero's journey is the journey of your life. Joseph Campbell, in his Hero with a Thousand Faces, implies that heroes are everywhere, and they look like everybody, because we're all heroes on our journey. We all have our own unique experience of it, but ultimately, we're taking the same journey. Have we not all moved from ordinary to extraordinary? You know that you're an extraordinary person, right? And you used to be ordinary? Yeah. Has not each one of us taken a similar journey? Are we not all heroes? So if you haven't yet become aware of the hero within you, I hope that the rest of this Know Thyself weekend will be your call to adventure, to transformation. Charlie is standing on the dock, and Tucker is on the deck of his ship. And Charlie says to Tucker, I hear you're taking your family sailing around the world. Isn't that dangerous? And Tucker says, Charlie, we both could die tomorrow. I could get swept off the deck of the boat and drown. You might get hit by a bus on the way to work in the morning. If I succeed, I will sail the oceans, swim with dolphins, scuba dive, climb mountains, hike the Camino Trail, and live a wonderful, precious life. If you succeed, you'll get to work. Happy journey. Namaste.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you. That was wonderful. Wonderful. This song is called Hero, and it's by Mariah Carey. There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer. If you look into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. 'Cause when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, you will cast your fears aside, 'cause you know you can survive. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that the hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. Oh, 'cause the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, 'cause you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, so you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, 'cause there will be tomorrow. In time you'll find your way. Oh, 'cause the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside. Yes, you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, 'cause you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Yes, a hero lies in you. Oh, the hero lies in you. Yes, 'cause the hero lies in you. Oh, the hero lies in you.
Thank you so much. All right. The next song is a major sing-along. This is Hands of Grace.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. You are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. Yes, we are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace.
Right on the mark.
Right on the mark.
Thank you. And I turned it off. Let's just hold on to that song, that last song, that we are held in the hands of grace. If you would join me, please, in this quiet time of contemplation, reflection. Held in the hands of grace. I'm going to start with a daily word on grace. The grace of God is my constant blessing. Grace is a wonderful blessing. It is the impulse that urges me higher, the inspiration that calls me to go deeper, and the anchor that keeps me tethered to the truth of my spirit, my indwelling divinity. Through grace, my mind opens to new ideas, new learning, and awakens to the realization of the truth of myself as a spiritual being, a beloved creation of the Creator. Through grace, my heart opens to forgiveness, compassion, and understanding of others, especially those who may be different from me. Through grace, my life opens to new possibilities, new dreams, and the awareness I can do and be more than I had ever imagined. Grace is the gift that reminds me I am always at home in the heart of God. I am always at home in the heart of God. We are always at home in the heart of each other, for there is nowhere that God is not present. And so I invite you just to breathe into that. I am at home. I am at home in myself. I am at home with those around me. I am at home in our natural environment, our Mother Earth. We are always at home. I am at home right here, right now. I invite you to take that affirmation into a moment of silence. I am at home right here, right now. I am at home in the hands of love. I am at home in the hands of grace. I am at home in the heart of the divine. So we breathe into that. We allow that become the reality of who we are. That we remember that that is the reality of who we are. That we never forget that. And so as we go through our day, through our activities, through our conversations and interactions with each other, we bring that forward. We are at home. We are in grace. We are in love. And we are in gratitude. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Vicky. The next song is called Heart of the Mother. So, quick show of hands, who in this room knows this song? I am one with the heart of the mother, I am one. So there are two parts to it for those who know, because half of it is da 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 da, and the other part is Ave Maria. I didn't start it in my key. But there are ways where when it's performed and done as a congregation, it can be sung as a round, where one half starts one half. Do you want to try that today? Yeah, let's give it a go. So let's, come on, sopranos, yeah, exactly. Step up. So let's go ahead and sing through the whole form together, so the first half and the second half as one, and then we can decide half and half, we'll split it. Yes.
Can we sing standing up?
I would love that. Of course, sure. Anyone who's comfortable standing, feel free, yeah. better. Patricia is correct. Choose your own. I'll do Ave with the Ave people, though, okay? She's the director. Love it. So starting with I am one, and let's go through, and then we'll split, okay? All together. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Everybody together. Ave Maria. Beautiful. Now split. Yeah. Another one, yeah. You got one more in you? Yeah. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Well done. Thanks for playing along. That was fun.
We love playing along with you, Joshua. And thank you, Thomas. Oh, do you feel spiritually nourished? Amazing music, just inspiring talk. Patricia, thank you so much. Being in the space with each other, listening to our voices sing together, laugh together, and maybe also that kind of silent moment when the nickel drops. It's like, oh yeah, from your talk, I got a couple of those. Yeah. It's good, because we're all doing this together. So we're almost at the end. Service. And I think what I would like you to do is we all come from different centers and many of us have made adjustments to the prayer of protection. I invite you to just repeat after me. And we'll see if I can remember now. The light, so just repeat after me, okay? Because otherwise, all our unique expressions will just be, shining all over the place. The light of God surrounds us. I'll just do the whole. Can I direct this part? Thank you for playing with me.
We thought you were going to do a line and we would do a line.
No, I'm going to do a line, but let me, it's actually 2 sentences. So let me, okay, there you go. Thank you, Ken. Okay. We all have our allies and our helpers, right? Truly, truly, we are blessed. All right, let's try again. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God watches over us. We are, the power, thank you, a room full of allies. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. Thank you.
right, so as we head into our last song of the ceremony, it is my indescribable pleasure to invite my dear partner Frankie up to sing Imagine for us.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and yeah, just sharing this moment with all of you. And thank you so much to Josh as well for letting me sing today. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine old possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood for everyone. Imagine all the people sharing all the ones. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, cheers.
Well, that's supposed to be the end of service, but can we do encores at church services? I'm the director. Let's put you on this one. Oh, well, I don't know what else comes to me. Yeah, do it. We'll do something else tomorrow.
Excellent. Okay. So this song is called "You Are the Reason Why," and it's been kind of an interesting piece. I wrote it for the last Unity conference, And since then, it's kind of morphed into being lots of different songs for lots of different reasons. I've ended up performing it in sort of like love scenarios where it's two people who really care for each other, and I think for somebody who was having a celebration of life too. It's really sweet. So this is called You Are the Reason Why, and I hope you like it. Thanks. Trying to remember how it goes. There we go. Sorry. I was like, I think that's too fast. There it is. Yeah. Perfect. I'm really good at encores. My mind has never been so clear. My heart has never felt so light. I know that I should be right here, and you are the reason why. The sun has never felt so warm. I feel like I could touch the sky, like my soul has been reborn, and you are the reason why. So let there be peace now, and let it begin, because I'm free now and looking within. A whisper, an answer, a sign from above carries me higher on the wings of your love. 'Cause my inner voice is speaking now. It's saying you can brave the night. I think I finally know how. And you are the reason why. Not sure why I was so afraid. My future was just out of sight. But as my spirit turns today, oh, you are the reason why. So let there be peace now, and let it begin. Because I'm free now and looking within. A whisper, an answer, a sign from above carries me higher on the wings of your love. 'Cause it's time to let go of the things that hold me back. 'Cause with your love, I feel there's nothing that I lack. It might be hard sometimes to see right through the haze, but if you look inside, then what you'll find will amaze. Oh, 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 yeah. So let there be peace now, and let it begin. Because I'm free now and looking within. A whisper, an answer, a sign from above carries me higher on the wings of your love. carries me higher on the wings of your love. Carries me higher on the wings of your love.
Thank you.
I guess you're free now.